All right, absolutely. Thank you so much for staying with us. Welcome back. Good morning. My good name is Brian Sakwa. Now, in this last part of today's show, our guest who is live with us in studio is a paid digital media expert helping to transform businesses and companies. He's live right with us in the studio to take us through what exactly it takes to stay afloat in the super competitive and ever-changing and evolving digital landscape. We are engaging with Kennedy Maingi, who is live with us. Karibu sana and great to have you.
Thank you, Brian.
Yes, maybe let's get to know just a little bit of your professional profile before we get to the nitty-gritties of what you do professionally.
Thank you, Brian, for having me today. My name is Kennedy Maingi, a father, a husband, a Rotarian, and a paid digital media strategist. At the same time, I'm a businessman and entrepreneur based in Athi River, Machakos County.
Right. Now, how did you get into the world of paid digital media advertising? Maybe what did you pursue in campus? Did you do in terms of pursuing your education in lines of BCom, advertising and technology, or back then it was something else that led you here? How did we arrive here on TV?
Interesting question. So my background is in BCom marketing from the Strathmore University. I got to experience a good time there. While at Strathmore, I worked on, I got a chance to pursue the Google Ads certification program that was offered at the university. This created an opportunity to intersect the basic marketing with what was happening digitally.
Yeah.
And fast forward, after doing the certification, I got an opportunity to work with Ringia One Africa Media Group, whereby we got to really hit the ground running with digital advertising from a paid media point of view.
Right.
Yeah.
So from there, you've also, I believe in our conversation you mentioned consultancy as well. You've been able to even work with non-governmental institutions.
Yes,
With
Brian.
businesses to offer solutions as well. Please take us through the specifics of that.
Okay, this has happened over a period of 10 to 15 years. I will try to shorten it.
Please. Yeah.
So, yes, fresh from university, we started grinding on Google Ads and paid media. So different platforms had different uniques and strengths. So this was the Google, the Meta, the X back then. Then 2-3 years down the line, I became skilled in that particular area. We started offering consultancy for small businesses in Nairobi, particularly e-commerce. Then when I was doing that, I got poached by one of the biggest agencies around. They were looking for a performance marketer from the digital paid media bit. And I got a chance now to work at the agency level. At agency level, we got to work on different verticals, driving different business objectives, purely from a paid digital media point of view. And from there, I think that's where I got now to work with different agencies, different brands, different NGOs.
Yeah. When you say paid media advertising, what does it entail? Because somebody who's watching, they'll be like, is that paying Y254 to advertise, or it means something else differently if you were to explain from your expertise point of view?
I'll try to bring it home and reduce the jargon. So paid digital media is placing ads on different platforms. Nitatumia example ya how you'd see an advert on TV, let's say before the news. Okay, that 1 minute, how do you would peruse your newspaper and find an article, or maybe a telco, a banking, or whatever company.
Milk.
Yes.
A lotion somewhere.
Now with the same science on digital platforms. So these platforms have different audiences, the same way radio, TV, print would have their own audiences. These platforms would have their own audiences and would create ad placement opportunities for brands to engage with that particular audience online. So paid digital media, in a nutshell, is placing ads on different platforms online that drive either awareness, consideration, or conversions for businesses. And
and that's mostly run by the company at the back end, or it goes to like a third party kind of membership in terms of it being handled.
Different levels. some of these platforms like Meta X and Google have now made it easy. You can run your own ads by yourself, okay?
Right.
So depending on what level you are, there are agencies that supporting big corporates.
Right.
There are consultants who are qualified and certified by the platforms to run ads on behalf of different clients and services. So it depends on where you are on the food chain.
Now, for a company, how do you place an ad on Instagram, specifically for a product? How does the placement process happen now that you're talking of the back-end process of it? For example, if you're dealing with a client, maybe somebody approaches you watching this conversation, they'll be like, you know what, I'd like to place an ad maybe on any of the Meta's platforms and even Google. You have a certification for it. How does it happen, the initial communication and the process of even bringing an ad to fruition, visibility and social?
So the first step is usually the client brief. Okay, understanding what the client wants to achieve. Different clients, different objectives, and different platforms have different uniques and strengths.
Okay.
So from the brief, it will be clear whether the client wants to, let's say, they want to drive traffic to their platform, they want to create awareness, they want people to download the app, they want people to, let's say, fill a form or buy a ticket. Now, depending on the particular objectives, when setting up a campaign, I don't want to go much into the detail, the artwork that will be supplied, so the creative, is it a banner, is it a video, is it communicating what, the
product or the client wants.
Then we define the audience. So at the back end, we define, okay, we are looking, is it for ladies, are you looking for gents, is it a product for older people? So you define the audience, you can schedule the time, and then place a budget to let the campaign run. In a nutshell.
Yeah, absolutely. This means that you have to be an expert on handling how this platform works. It means that you know the dynamics or the trajectories and how to operate on Meta. Is there like maybe prior training that, for example, if a starter wants to venture into that space and become a paid media expert like you?
Yes. Of course.
What skills do they need though? Because we are talking about digital initiatives in this country. The government has, I think, something digital, Ajira Digital, where they're equipping, Gen Zs with digital skills in entrepreneurship and businesses and SMEs at large. What skills are needed to get there?
I'll stick to the particular platforms. These platforms have material whereby you can go learn. Okay, Google have Academy for Ads. Meta have their own platform, have their own resources. So depending on what platform you're looking at, there is usually material you have to learn. You have to invest some time and skill to learn this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are seeing an outburst of ads. I think I was showing you before you even come on. You click on Meta, Instagram specifically. No sooner have you clocked in like 3 seconds, there's an ad. Why is there an upsurge of ads, both in terms of photo ads and even on YouTube too as well? Like you can't even watch a video without an ad running. There's a meme, I think it was shared by Trevor Noah, the American South African comedian. He said he foresees a future where at some point you'll have to watch or listen to an ad before you even receive a phone call. And I found it to be really profoundly weird and funny. How are we heading to a world where everything is now advertising? What is happening with businesses? Is it because that landscape is super competitive and people need more products and that's why they're being pushed? Or are people just pushing ads for the sake of visibility on social?
Ideally, it is a competitive space, yes. Advertisers and businesses right now are looking to stay top of mind of their potential clients. Then also these platforms need to maximize shareholder value. They're also businesses, okay? And finding the right balance of serving too many ads and serving the right ad at the right time to the right person is where now I think kuna challenge kidogo. But from my point of view, ads are not bad if they are targeted and they are very specific.
Yeah.
If I hit you with an ad that is catering to a problem or maybe something you have been looking at, chances are high you will engage with the ad. So now I think now we need to discuss or have a conversation around quality of ads and how do we now push these ads in a manner that it is not really bombarding. It is not
spamming.
Yes,
it's
it's not spamming
my dashboard.
Yes, yes.
But also when you look at it in an aspect of a business perspective, I'm running an ad on Instagram. Let's imagine, for example, but I wanted to reach a specific age group or age set of people. Why can't I just schedule it niseme ifikie watu wenye wako 25 to 30 na majenzisi wenye wako below that age wasione hiyo ad, so that mtu tu asijam, like you started your day well and you wake up with an ad of something abroad.
I think now it comes back to your principles, okay, or what you want to achieve and the person you've hired to run the ads.
So it's possible to?
Yes, you schedule the ad, you can narrow down the targeting even to even location.
Right.
Yes. So it depends on the person running and the ads.
But at some point they said AI learns your digital behavior
with time. Yes,
and
yes,
it now starts feeding AI agents on some of the things that keep on cropping up on your dashboard or on your feed.
Yes.
That could be annoying. Anyways, we'll get to that.
Okay.
Let me ask you about digital media chances. No, it's called digital chances, maybe. Yes. What is it and what solutions does it offer in the paid media advertising world?
So we have multiple businesses, okay. Digital chances focuses on empowering the community with digital skills across different learning paths. So we empower guys on digital marketing and media buying, photography and videography, trading, and music production. Then we have another business, Digital Media Hawkers Africa Limited, that focuses purely on paid digital media across the African continent. Yeah, so maybe you can clarify on which business you like.
Maybe we can start with the digital chances. So in terms of equipping with digital skills, what are the skills that you guys have identified that the youth don't have? And it's coming in just in the nick of time with AI now that you feel it's very important for every youth who's out there to ensure at least they get exposed to these digital skills.
Back in 2014, 2015, digital marketing was becoming a buzzword. Guys were, okay, what is this thing? Inaenda wapi ni nini? Right now, most of the youth now are looking at either being content creators, influencers, looking for online jobs, online streamers.
It's now the biggest instance.
So I identified a gap from where I come from because getting a job back then was quite a challenge. It was competitive. But then after upskilling myself with the Google Ads certificate, I was able to get an opportunity. So I looked back at home, I saw our neighbors, our friends, and just the community at large, just because of lack of digital penetration, internet penetration, access to devices, and just infrastructure challenges, I found an opportunity to bridge the gap in terms of knowledge, okay? Instead of someone having to do 4 or 5 years on training on something, yet there's YouTube University and all these other things. I created a platform or an environment whereby kids who have finished high school, don't have anything to do, come spend an hour or two, upskill yourself in the office, play with the computer, do some coding. So Digital Chances has created a platform around the digital economy and jobs of the future, which again, which we specialize on, digital marketing, photography, videography, music production, and Forex.
Is AI inclusive in any of those packages?
Yes, okay, we are introducing an AI program soon, but we have incorporated AI internally to help us with our operations. When it comes
to like a customized LLM that you work with?
Not really. We are just working with premium tools.
Okay. Meaning like the GPTs and the rest.
Yes. When it comes to designing, editing, 60-70% is done now by AI internally. Yes.
We'll talk about the AI bit later on. And then the media part, the hawker,
Media hawkers,
media hawkers.
we specialize on providing B2B kind of solutions to mostly agencies and corporates who are looking to reach audiences in multiple markets. So we have...
In terms of advertising.
Yes, in terms of advertising. We have platforms that have a unique audience in multiple markets. So like for Kenya, we have platforms that can reach 9 million monthly active users. And this usually presents the corporate or the agency an opportunity to engage with an audience that is outside the Meta, the Google, and the common platforms.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it accessible to like startups and SMEs?
Yes.
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 Maybe are there any specific success stories that you guys have managed to hack in terms of clientele?
I don't know whether I can talk about my
absolutely.
clients.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So we've worked with multiple agencies, WPP, Dentsu as well, who have worked with key clients. So the telcos, we've worked with Safaricom, pushing their products and services to the different audiences. We've worked with banking clients who want to either push lead generation, mobile app downloads, campaign by campaign basis. We've worked with FMCG, let's say Nivea, when they're looking at pushing their nourishing butter, either targeting women or the men specific.
Right. So that's a really mainstream, let's say, franchises actually that you've worked with.
Yes.
So where's the room for startups in there and SMEs?
So for startup, we on a case by case. Okay. We have clients who come, they are new to digital, they want let's say a website, they want to do SEO, so we help them set up the infrastructure and then lead them. Once the infrastructure, the brand guidelines are good to go, we now start running ads for them, but usually on a case by case.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm staring at, I don't want to mention the product here. There's some certain ads that are likely to just be consistent on your, let's say on your mobile feed. Like you don't know how this ad keeps on coming here, but yeah, it's consistent. Is it possible that there's some brands that maybe bribe their way in terms of advertising, or they have so many social SEOs, or they have so many paid digital media experts like you pushing these ads, or what exactly is happening to these ads? They're everywhere. You click on YouTube, it's there. You go on X, it's there. What is happening in the back end?
In the back end, Brian, I think it's around budget. Okay.
So the money factor comes in.
Yes.
Right.
You cannot compare an SME to a large corporate. Marketing budgets are totally different, and some of these brands, because of the large marketing budget, they command a higher share of voice, for lack of a better word. So you might be on this platform. So let me give you an example with the latest WRC campaign by KCB.
Right.
They purchased media across multiple platforms. You would see their ads on YouTube. You'd see their ads on...
Even here, the ads were running.
You see, so
like
multiple... Yes. Not all SMEs or startups have that financial muscle to run ads. So there's the aspect of budget that is key when it comes to share of voice.
And what should the story be if somebody is thinking of advertising? Is it determined by you, the digital paid media expert, or the story is by the brand owner or the advertiser?
Where we come in is, first we take time to understand the client and to understand what their objectives are. This is key, and this usually takes place when you have the official brief and a sit down with the client before the launch. Once we are able to understand their objectives, is now when we can be tactical and say, okay, basis of your objectives and the budget you have, what platforms will work best for you?
So you help even in ensuring that they have a specific platform that the
yes,
can
different platforms, different strengths.
Right.
Yes.
Still on the Gen Z part, and I'm glad that you mentioned most Gen Zs want to be streamers, content creators. The government is actually urging the youth to embrace the opportunities in the digital space in terms of entrepreneurship and
Yes.
even upskilling. How is AI influencing your operations as a paid media digital expert in terms of running ads, everything, and also on the clientele aspect, and now you the expert aspect?
Internally, it has improved efficiencies in terms of campaign planning, design work, the execution, and the reporting. So you'd find some of these tasks you might need 2 or 3 people to do it. Right now, it's just one person, which now it is making it efficient internally and reducing the cost on overheads.
Are there like any specific LLMs that maybe you're using in-house?
That is proprietary.
Okay,
mostly
I understand.
internal.
I understand that part. Anyways, playing safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, I believe it's very important even for the general public to understand, because the conversation and the debate is AI is erasing people in some of these digital spaces. And we've had this conversation even off the air, like, why is a digital media strategist losing his gig? And you told me off the air you learn, upskill, or fail.
You get left behind.
Why that upsurge now?
I think it's the nature of how things are competitive right now. Okay. With the emergence of these tools, work has been made easier, for lack of a better word. It has been made more efficient. So we should look at these tools as enablers to more productivity and quicker turnaround times, rather than looking at it from a point of, oh, I am losing my job, or it will make me obsolete. So it depends on which side of the coin you want to look at it.
For those who are adamant, what would you advise them?
Just upskill and get moving.
Yeah, okay. You've confounded several, I don't know if there are several or it's one. Yeah, maybe, which among this you'd say has brought in a lot of engagement with the youth among the companies you've co-founded? Because you're also an
I think there's a interrelation in that when we started Digital Chances, it was to cater to some of the challenges that were around, and being a Rotarian, I believe in doing good and making the community around me a better place. If I'm in a position to do so, I will do so. So from the basic skills that we've empowered guys with, we've seen situations whereby guys are leaving Digital Chances to go to some companies to become either creative directors or head of creative department. Others have gone into different companies to lead the music production team. Others have come into media buying. Some have gone into coding and creating bots for automation, you see. So the Digital Chances platform creates a pool of skilled guys to now cater to the jobs of the future that now required by the job market.
Yeah. So at your company, maybe what are some of the success stories that you proudly say,
Wow,
I recently did this and this with this and it's working?
Wow. I think we have a case study of around 20 to 25 guys who've just came through the platform, worked with us, engaged, networked with guys, got jobs. I think maybe that I can prepare for you next time, case by case, specific individual, this is where they are, this is what they're doing, and this is what they,
But maybe just roughly, what is the inception? Like, if you come on board, what would you be exposed to? Or for somebody who's watching, and later on, I know you'll give your socials and how they can get to plug in with you via LinkedIn. What should they expect in terms of them being part of Digital Chances?
So the first step is usually a meet and greet, for lack of a better word, to better understand what are you looking at achieving, because if we're not aligned in our values and the direction we are going, at times I usually let some people go. I have to make the hard decision. So after them,
mainly with Gen Zs, you'd say?
Yeah, young people mostly. Yes. But of late, we've realized we're getting guys.
It's a mixture. Millennials, Gen Z.
Yeah.
Still same age bracket. Anyways, So you said when they come on board they
come, we see where to place you. We try and identify, okay, what are you passionate about? Because we don't want to tell you do this. We want you to follow your passion, work on your dreams, So once we understand, okay, this is what you want to do, let's say like you, Brian, you come to our platform, say, hi Ken, I'm interested in doing photography and videography. Okay.
Yeah.
We take you to that department, connect you with the head of the department, and then we start monitoring you, okay, seeing how unajituma aje.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you really
I'm a content creator?
Yes.
I want to be like Asher Speed. How will you help me?
So we have
Become a Kenyan Asher Speed.
the passion. It's ideally it starts with you. For us, it's just more of a stepping stone to greater things in life.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get back onto spaces where young people are passionate, like in entertainment. We are seeing so many people venture into content creation. Others are dancing, you know, ukenda kupita pale CBD, people are doing it as jobs. Is there any way you can help, let's say like an influencer, to have more visibility on their platform in terms of now using you as a paid digital media expert? How would you help them to gain more access and visibility in terms of ad reach and also ad revenue too, if you are to combine?
It depends at the level we're engaging in, okay? Let's say you are new to this thing, you don't have equipment, you don't have a team to help you shoot or edit. No, the basics. We start with the basics. Where are you? Then from there, we can help. Once we see there's an opportunity, we can also come in and see how to package, build a brand around you, and then package it online. Then from there, we see how to move on to the next steps.
So in videography, you'll definitely assist.
Yes,
as well,
photography, all that. But
right.
Case by case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move back to what's currently happening in the country. You know, most Gen Zs are actually using social media to advocate for social change. And I think the trending hashtag right now is Tukokadi. Yeah. So behind that hashtag, is there a possibility that it has been paid for or socially engineered? And if it would have been a product, maybe what are the prospects that go into making that visible if it was for specifically a client? But this one is a slogan, so to say. Yeah.
I'll be frank. With matters, politics and such, I'm not really.
Yeah. What about for a product now, or alternative? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
For a product, we can, again, case by case, if the brief from the client is clear, we will develop the strategy and go to market with it. Okay. Specifically to the Tukokadi campaign, right now, I am not sure whether it is paid or
it's an organic hashtag.
Yes. I
right.
will not like to get much into that.
Let's move on to that. Now, maybe what exactly do people don't understand about paid media advertising and even media buying that you'd explain to a person who's watching this conversation from scratch?
Okay, one misconception is that paid media is also SEO. It's different. Yeah. Maybe some confuse it to being content creators. So paid media is where you spend money to run ads such that it drives business objectives. It gives you an ROI.
Yeah.
Okay. The same way guys will spend money to put an advert on TV, on radio, on print. It's the same way they're spending money to place ads on digital platforms.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
In a nutshell.
Yeah. Right. And I think that maybe gives a little bit of an overview of that. So maybe in terms, are there like ethos that drive paid media advertising that you work with as an expert, if you were to explain?
Of course, we don't advertise to underage. We don't advertise some products and services which are not legally, which are not legal. But yeah, we usually try and stick to the laws of the land and ethical products. So most of our products are usually telco, banking, just mass market products.
Mass marketing. And there's actually products that are mass market even abroad. You'll see the same ad is running to a person who is in California. On the algorithm, they're seeing it here. Back in our country, when you look at and I want to use an example as well of Asher Speed. When he came, he did a tremendous job of showcasing the beauty of Kenya and the culture using his IRL streaming. In terms of Magical Kenya, advertising some of the things that we put globally on the map, maybe if you are to chime in as an expert, what areas specifically do you believe need a facelift in terms of ensuring that we have the right image that we are putting across board, and also the professional prospects that go into it, but still not losing the original story? Don't make it too CNN, too BBC. Make it more Kenyan and more culture, more people.
Honestly speaking, I think Magical Kenya are doing a tremendous job. They're
Absolutely,
doing a wonderful
I
job.
agree, big time.
Back in 2018, 2017, I got to push some of their ads while I was still at the agency. I don't have much to say because I know part of the team that is running this campaign. They are really qualified and they are putting their best foot forward. So from me to them, it's just good job.
Yeah, for sure. You don't feel like there's avenues. I feel like personally, I believe there should be more storytelling and going to the interiors and at least shining the light in. Like we just sell Masai Mara. Ni Masai Mara tu na wapi kungine. Cost. There are so many places that we can sell. So I believe there need to be more advertising storytelling, or storytelling and advertising, incorporating that more.
What
and
are
getting
your
to
thoughts on the WRC and the Kenya Magical Open, which is still
yeah, that's a good
done
story
good job.
told as well.
Yeah.
It's mass marketed, but was it more local? Would you say it was more local or more international, from your understanding?
A mixture of both, because at the end of the day, it is.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it is.
Right.
They're marketing Kenya to push revenue to Kenya. So
absolutely. So the revenue goes to the country. Yeah. So let's take a very short break, and then we'll be coming back with Ken Maingi, who is live with us in studio. Stay with us. All right, thank you for staying with us. Welcome back. You are still hanging out with Kennedy Maingi. Before we went on a break, you had given an interesting explanation. Now let's maybe shift to how tech trends are helping young people to get into, opportunities that are changing their lives. And I understand there's been this, what is it? Is it called vibe coding in terms of the coding world or the coding space? But I understand, I've watched it. I've watched a hackathon, but I've not been a part of hackathon. Yeah, I understand those are some of the things Gen Zs are venturing into in terms of improving their skills. So maybe if you were to explain, what are some of the opportunities that Gen Zs can tap into that are also changing their lives from your end that you've observed and experienced?
I'd circle back to what are their passions, what do they want to do, or what do they want to achieve in the future. Then tie it back to, okay, what solutions are currently available? What is the career path?
Yeah.
Cyber security is a growing space.
Yes, sure. Yeah.
I've seen a lot. In fact, I just recently enrolled to one of the courses as well for cyber security course.
Even content creation.
Yes, content creation is growing. Music, podcasting.
Yeah.
Entertainment. I think the opportunities are many.
Yeah.
It is back to the fundamentals. What do I want to achieve? Because at Digital Chances and even at Media Hawkers Africa, we are keen on the foundational principles of a person and driving them or pushing them to be the best they can be in that particular field.
Yeah.
So if you come, you're into content creation, we study, we see how passionate are you, then we see, okay, do we support you in this direction? If you're passionate about coding, okay, what language, what platforms, what program, what are you looking at solving, okay?
Yeah, actually, your alumni, sorry, before I cut you on your point, you're an alumni of Strathmore. Strathmore is massive with these hackathons and these tech expos and competitions, Are there any that maybe you've been a part of or identified or looking forward to?
Okay, I've signed up for the Bright Gameli cohort 6 for cybersecurity.
Yeah,
Really
he's
looking
excellent
forward. Yes,
actually at that.
really looking forward to that. But in the last engagement with Strathmore was during my master's program and the Google Ads certification. So I need to check what's been happening in that front.
You're still an alumni anyways, the door's still open. Yeah, but when you look at the trends, they're really evolving, even in the AI space as well, or incorporating AI. I remember seeing an update where they said you can now vibe code easily. Like you just speak to an LLM and it curates whatever you want, even if it's an app or not. So how would you say such types of new forms in the content creation space are transforming young people's lives? Because I'm trying to picture a young dude from the interiors of Bondo, or let me say Huisero, Kakamego, Kondan, you know, how are they getting exposed to vibe coding, and yet they need a computer, they need to have tech skills, they need to actually be exposed even to the lingo itself. But look, kids have vibe coding out here.
I think it comes down to the infrastructure, the administrative units that need to support, because some of these functions are with the administrative units, okay, ensuring proper infrastructure, let's say whether it is network, schools, or even areas for people to learn.
Yeah. For
us to come in and try bridge this gap specifically to our area means gap iko tayari. So for someone who's mashinani, it is first, how easy is it for them to access these things? What information is being passed to them? Yeah. What content are they consuming? Okay, is it just viral trending nonsense?
Or maybe does even the school have a computer lab, so to say? Yeah, because I think it's part of the government's initiative to do outreach.
Yes, there's that, but through us and some partners we've worked with, we've donated a computer lab in Todonyang, Turkana. We've worked with the Rotary Club of Atriva to do a computer lab in Atriva. We are working with some friends in Kitui. So with the limited resources that we have, we are trying to really reach these guys and empower them. Yeah.
I think that's a positive impression, especially for those that are really hesitant and adamant with AI. Are there maybe jobs that you would say, as time goes by, they're being, submerged into the digital space, let alone the AI specifically, where you'd say if you don't upskill or maybe look for, and you had even mentioned to me that you don't have to just be a digital expert, you can also be a consultant in finance or tech finance or fintech, so to say. Yeah. Are there jobs that are fading off slowly as time goes by?
Most of, sure. HR jobs, some accounting
Really?
jobs.
HR is fading?
With some of these platforms, you can easily shortlist candidates, do your HR activities, admin work, exactly, payroll work, filing of taxes, you can automate that as well. CRM management. So it depends on what function you're looking at internally.
Yeah. And I believe
even legal.
Yeah, but I remember even interviewing somebody doing AI Magarizani here. I think it was last year. They're using AI to seek legal advocacy and redress for, what are they called? There's a word for it in law. Anyways, but now that you mentioned that, the data aspect of it, if maybe when you're dealing with clients, are there like ethos that you work with in terms of, if this is the data you're giving us, then it is safer under maybe this article of this and this of the Constitution? Or what are the obligations as well that you work with when you're dealing with clientele, especially when you're handling sensitive data? Is there data in advertising? Maybe you can start off by answering that. Yes or no? There's data.
There's data which we collect depending on the client objectives, but within our code of conduct, we don't sell or we don't use data that we have not been given access to or permission to use. So from a media point of view, 80-90% of the chance the client sits with the data. For us, it's just we help them optimize their campaign, run their campaign, and help them achieve most of the objectives. But most of the data, they sit with it.
Yeah. And I believe that's when the Data Protection Acts come into place and privacy. Because also, even when you're downloading these apps on social media, how many of us go through that data agreement sheet and say,
you just click on
agree,
you don't know what you've agreed to.
Is it important for young people to understand what happens in the back end when they're navigating through these platforms, even in content creation?
Information is power. The more information you have, the better the better decisions you will make.
Yeah. Because maybe let me not mention that one, because I feel like it's more of their death space. But there's people who are now even able to sue. For example, if a company used your image, and I think there's been stories with celebrities a lot.
Yes.
Their image was used to advertise a product in a different country, and yet they are not given credit for it, and they could have possibly been paid millions of dollars for that. How do you navigate that in advertising?
So right now, for some of the clients, we're using AI-generated images, which has helped us a lot.
Yeah, AI.
But let's say when we are doing photography or videography jobs, we ensure that we get consent forms.
Yeah.
Or give a disclaimer that should you come to this event, just know you've agreed to photos and videos being taken of you.
Yeah, speaking of that, I'd like to bring in that example of the Ray-Ban Meta. I think it has been an ongoing outburst on social media, the Russian guy. And I think it's Mercy Nzili, who's been part of the advocate group that they're trying to ensure Meta adheres to privacy and policy measures that specifically maybe pinpoint to a country and how they want their glasses to operate here. So when you look at that, and people want those glasses, bro. Yeah, people want those glasses. It's an individual choice and decision for you to buy that product. But yet, if it's recording me secretly, then how is it Meta's issue? Yeah. And people are suing, actually.
Again, I'll take it back to the administrative units, the policy makers and the enforcers, because they have the power to mitigate this thing. So I will take it back to them to ensure this happens.
Yeah. Okay. In terms of Kenya's digital infrastructure, maybe where would you place it, specifically Kenya? I don't want to look at the whole sub-Saharan Africa at large. Are we prepared to even create our own LLMs? Do we have the capacity and the manpower, I'd say, or even the tech power to develop our own LLMs that can help us, scale our digital
I think we do.
sphere?
I truly believe we do. We have in fact, the knowledge, the skill set that we have in Kenya is quite unique. Okay, I'm not in a position to guide on where we are currently, but with my experience traveling around, you meet Kenyans in different parts of the world, and they're really pushing. And when you go to some markets, even just regionally, digital penetration and the use of tech and AI, Kenya tuko mbele.
Yeah.
We're going in the right direction. Now, policies and infrastructure from administrative units should now guard and secure the space to make sure it is ethically driven.
Okay.
Yeah.
As we close it up, maybe what have you noticed since you started your journey in terms of the youth that you believe, if they were to have more chances, or if the youth were to be more privy to the information in the tech space, it would help them grow economically, financially, and even career-wise as well, from your mindset and your observation?
So what's the question there exactly? Can you repeat?
What are some of the things that you've noticed are missing in the youth that if they were to be privy to, it will help them grow financially, economically in the digital space?
Discipline is key. Knowing the boundaries of good and bad. Okay, how can I use this tool for good purposes, ama fanya kitu ya maana nayo. What other?
Are the Gen Zs really open to even learning, you know?
It depends. Again, back to
They're very loud and social. I'm not underplaying. Gen Zs are very outgoing. In fact, they're multitaskers. I've interviewed so many Gen Zs who are in super competitive professional spaces. Somebody is a dancer, but they're a journalist. They're also a content creator. They're a streamer. They're doing so many things. But I think the conversation that time was most Gen Zs do not want to work a 9 to 5. In fact, they were ghosting employers. Yeah. They want to be self-employed. They want to be entrepreneurs. And if they have to work for a company, then they're prioritizing their mental health space and how they are addressed. Yeah. So that's why I asked, are Gen Zs even really open to, you know, learning from outside the scope of what they know from your observation?
I would not term it as Gen Zs. I would usually, again, handle it as a case by case. Different people, different personality types, different levels of discipline, and different levels of what they want to achieve. So I don't want to bundle it and say just Gen Zs can do this only. No.
Yeah.
But we have instances whereby we have talented guys who are really hardworking and focused.
Yeah.
At the same time, you have guys who just come and lazy around us at still the same age group. So
yeah.
Back to the foundational principles that are driving digital chances and Media Hawkers Africa.
Yeah. Maybe for anyone who would like to maybe get to be trained with digital chances, or maybe to partner or even to work with you, what should they expect? And maybe what are some of the, let's say, futuristically looking at it, what should they anticipate?
We're looking at growing our AI capabilities internally. We're also introducing gaming. So esports and gaming is also a space that we've identified the youth are really engaging in. And yeah, those two particular areas is what we're looking at.
Yeah. Are there any, let me say, shock jock tech evolutions that you're looking at, if you were to predict that this is going to happen in AI from you can give your own personal prediction. Personal for me, I think we're going to arrive to a place where we're going to see robots become like part of us.
Yes.
It might take time for Africa, but it will be so common in overseas that at some point people will be marrying robots and AI chatbots. It's already happening. Yeah.
Recently I was watching the DP World Tour golf tournament that was happening in China, and the announcer or the starter at the tee was a robot. So we are getting there.
We're heading to that tech apocalypse.
Yes.
Anyways, so I want us to close the conversation. So tell our viewer where they can get hold of you, any upcoming projects that you have in store, plug in with them, and how they can get to reach out. This is your camera.
You'll mostly get us on Instagram or my LinkedIn profile. My LinkedIn profile is Kennedy Maingi. Our Instagram is Digital Chances, and our TikTok is also Digital Chances. Those are the two most popular platforms you can get us. For guys looking at engaging in business, on our website, digitalchances.co.ke, there's a form you can fill, and we can engage from there.
All right, absolutely. You definitely know how to get hold of Kennedy Maingi. He's a paid digital media expert, and he's also an entrepreneur. He has so much to offer. Ensure that you plug in with him. All right, we are thanking you, brother, for being here. Great conversation.
Thank you.
And also, we want to thank you for watching us from 7 to 10 a.m. We'll absolutely see you tomorrow, bright and early. From me and my co-host and everybody else at Stephanie Ayeta, at Brand Sakwa 101, at Y254 channel on the hashtag, which is Y in the morning. Thank you for watching.